Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nandini and I'm a sophomore studying journalism and dramatic literature at New York University, and in this video I'm going to break down my third semester's experience for you guys. This video is broken down into different portions, and if you want to skip ahead to some particular portion that you would really like to know about, you can go ahead and do that. And if you just want to watch the whole thing, which I'm all for, then let's just get right into it. So just like any other semester here at NYU, I took a full course load, which was taking 4 total courses for a total of 16 credits. The first course that I want to talk about is a quantitative reasoning course that I took for my core requirement. It's called Great Ideas in Mathematics. So the core courses are basically a set of courses that every College of Arts and Sciences student at NYU has to take, but you can get exempted from a couple of them depending upon your previous high school like AP or IB credits, or even depending upon your majors if you have declared them especially. For instance, I can't get exempted from taking this math course as a core requirement, but there are other core classes that I don't have to necessarily take because of my majors. So what core courses you actually end up taking really does depend from person to person. Going into Great Ideas, I was really frighteningly nervous because math is not one of my strong subjects, and I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy another reading, more analytical, writing based class. And so I was just really nervous, but trust me when I say that this is one of the best courses that I've ever taken at NYU till date, and it's really all thanks to my professor, because I was for once able to understand the math I was doing. I was just not memorizing or rote learning some bunch of formulas and just applying it to random problems. I was actually understanding and enjoying the problems that we were actually solving in class. The course dealt with really a variety of subject areas, including graph theory, number theory, rationals, irrationals, etc. And it was not a very typical math class in the sense that we spent more time understanding how the formulas came up, understanding the math that we do today, rather than spending time doing math and actually solving a lot of like heavy problems, if you know what I mean. The second course I took was for a requirement for my journalism major, and it was called Journalistic Inquiry, the Written Word. And I think this is a beginner level course that all journalism majors and I guess minors have to take, but I ended up learning a lot from this course. I really had this like confidence boost because of this course, because I learned how to talk to strangers. Like, I've never seen them before, I've never spoken to them before, but I got to do reporting there, I got to interview them, I got to literally attend rallies and do reporting there. So that was a lot of fun. In terms of writing, I learned how to do a bunch of different styles, with the two main ones being how to write a hard news story versus how to write a soft news story. The final for this class is probably my favorite project that I've ever done for any of the classes I've taken at NYU so far, and probably will be for like years to come. And I say that with a lot of confidence because I had so much like fulfillment doing this project. We basically had to write a feature story, which is like a longer sort of article, and I decided to do a profile on my math professor. And I've spoken about this profile, how I went about it, what did I do, what was the, whether it was successful or not, all of that in some of my previous vlogs. You can go check them out on my channel, or I've also spoken a lot about it on Instagram through like reels, posts, stories and stuff. So go follow me over there if you do not already, because trust me, if you want an insight into the life of a student at NYU, or in general the life of a student, I'm much more active there and I regularly post over there, and I think that can be beneficial if any of you is a student literally in any university, because I like watching stuff like that on Instagram and I feel like it's relatable. Anyways, I was babbling there. I can literally share a lot about that profile and how I went about it in this video, but I won't because the video is just going to be too long. But I can definitely do a journalism review at NYU in the future, so if you want that, please let me know. And if not, I can just make one, because it might be beneficial to a lot of students out there, so keep an eye out for that. The third and fourth courses that I took this semester were to fulfill requirements for my dramatic literature major, and one of them was called Contemporary US Playwriting, and I absolutely adored this course. I loved it so much that I'm actually retaking this professor for another course in the next semester, and I'm super excited for that. One of the main reasons that I really liked this course was because I actually enjoyed the readings that were assigned to us. Some of the plays we read for this class included Fairview, Animals Out of Paper, Is God Is, Heroes of the Fourth Turning, etc. And I loved reading these weekly plays and writing weekly response plays to them. Also, speaking of response plays, I feel like writing a short, like 10 to 12 page play was so much better than writing a bland, boring academic paper, so I love that. The final and fourth course is called The History of the American Musical Theater, in which, as the name suggests, we took a deep dive into the history of the American musical, and we also read a bunch of plays that were written, decades and some even recent ones, decades ago and recent ones. To be quite frank, I felt like this course was a bit rushed for me because, for instance, one class we would spend talking about the 1970s, and the next class we would just straight up jump into the 1980s without really synthesizing a lot of what we had read for our readings and discussed in class. So that wasn't very ideal for me, at least. And also in terms of like reading the musicals, I felt like we would just read them, talk about them for like 10 minutes in class and then move on. So I didn't really think that we got to really get a deep dive, proper analysis, and we would just get like an overview. But other than that, the class was genuinely fun. This semester, I cannot stress this enough, I was blessed with some of the best professors any student can ever get. They're all such gems. They're clearly so passionate about what they're doing and what they're teaching, but they can also teach it well so that someone who's never seen like math or a musical before can actually understand what they're absorbing in class. And it was so much fun getting to know them during office hours. Literally all of them, they're just very, very nice professors, and I'm so privileged to be able to call some of them my mentors and develop long-lasting relationships with them, which I think is just great. Alongside being a full-time student, I also run a YouTube channel. I have an Instagram page in which I actively post reels and other content, and I do some other stuff with social media which can take a toll on me, especially on my mental health. It can be really pressurizing, and this semester the boundaries were pushed even further because I was also finishing up an internship at a magazine, and I was gearing up towards the release of my debut novel, Daughter of the Night, which I have spoken about here on this channel and on Instagram, so some of you guys might actually know about that. I'm not gonna lie, there were definitely times where I was stressed, I was confused, I was anxious, I was angry, but with time, I learned how to just calm my nerves down, and I am still learning how to do that. Focus on the bigger picture, take everything step by step, and just, take a step back and just relax and focus on my goals. And I did not pull a single all-nighter at all this semester like all my other semesters, and I was pretty much free on most weekends. And I think this is something that all of us can actually do as long as we all have the right mindset and the right time management tips and techniques at our disposal. I have spoken about a lot of them in my other sit-down videos and vlogs, and I can link them down in the description box below if it makes it easier for you guys to check them out. But please do watch them and check them out if you're looking for help. My social life this semester was great, probably better than my other semesters because we were not online, like all my classes were in person, everything was in person, so that was great, and hopefully that will be next semester as well, touch wood. But my social life was great as per my standards. I'm not the kind of student who likes to go partying every weekend, and I like to keep my social circle pretty small and tight-knit. But I loved spending time with my friends on the weekends, especially where we would go out, rediscover some of our oldest favorite spots in the city, and discover new places to see in New York, because that's something I absolutely love doing. Also, my mental health was in great shape this semester because I sort of stuck to my routines. I had a system of checks and balances which would sort of, keep my mental health in check always. I did everything that is important to me outside of being a student, like journaling, reading, exercising, and spending quality time with friends and family. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys have any other questions or have any other need for advice, please feel free to reach out to me by commenting on this video or my other videos, or on Instagram. You can always reach out to me. I'll be sure to reply. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.